How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Off the Top with Eric Paris and Red. I am one of your hosts, Eric, and joining me tonight, as always, are
Your boy P.
And your boy Red.
what's up, fellas? How's it going?
What's the motherfucking deal, bro?
Another Sunday's best.
Man.
We see that. We see that.
Yeah.
I feel very
Switched up the
underdressed.
attire. Dog, we got on t-shirts and shit.
I just
It's
hopped
mainly
out the
because there's
shower.
nobody here, so I ain't had to worry about PJ fucking my
Fucking up your
shirt
clothes.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I fuck with it.
So yeah, just me and Sonny today.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all been up to anything lately?
Not really, just gym shit for me, for real.
Okay, I'm fucking with the gym too. What about you, E?
I picked up my sister from the airport on Friday, and then hung out with them a little bit. Watched Twister.
Is this the well-connected
again.
sister?
They're both well connected.
God damn.
Well,
I
no.
love your family.
This is the one that she works at Rally House, so we get
yeah.
box seats sometimes on rare occasions. Yeah, this is that one.
Just
Picked
a
her
rich
up.
family member.
Yeah, she was in Minneapolis opening up another store. So if you're in the Minneapolis area, go to Rally House out there. And yeah, and then I tried a couple games. A couple games were on sale, so I picked those up. Play the new Flintlock one. It's kind of like a Souls-like kind of game, but you have an axe and a Flintlock pistol. It's a Souls-like game. I'm not good at it, but it's different. So I might finish this one for the story at least.
Okay.
And I played a little bit of that Marvel Midnight Sun, and it's okay. I like Marvel shit, so I'm probably gonna play this a couple times.
Is that like a turn-based game?
It is. It's kind of like XCOM, but with Marvel heroes.
Got you.
With a lot of emphasis on magic. So like the magic heroes are in a lot. Like the darker tone ones. So you got like Blade, you got like Doctor Strange, those kind of characters. But yeah, it's good. Check it out.
Blade do?
Well, no. He usually deals with more of like the occult, like dark kind of stuff.
Okay,
well
I get
with
that
the
part.
vampire stuff. But
yeah,
it's good. Check it out. It's on sale on Xbox for a couple more days if you want to play that.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, just chilling. What about you?
Same shit, just working, chilling. I ended up going to the weirdest shit ever, bro. It was a middle school graduation reunion from 1999 to 2012. It's a big ass gap. You feel me?
Damn.
Was it a decent turnout?
It was. It really
Hold on, was it for you?
I was a part of the year.
No. I mean, where did you just happen to go, or like were you on?
Oh, they posted it on Facebook type shit.
Okay, wow. Okay, so decent turnout.
Yeah, so really it was like this, bro. It was a third grade teacher, Miss Smith, cool as hell. It was really her just saying, I just want to see everybody I grew up with type shit. So she threw it. Her husband was there. A couple teachers was there. A few passed I heard about. Rest they soul type shit. Motherfuckers grew up.
Yeah, that's a long
Blew
time.
up.
Yeah.
They got big. Everybody got like 7 kids, bro. That shit crazy. And then I found out, well, I knew I was a wild child, like fights and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, I thought you was in prison.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God damn, you ain't got no hope for me?
Yeah.
Everybody said, are you calm now? Are you okay? You was one person. You fought a teacher. I said, I fought a teacher. It was, I forgot about that part. But she was like, when you fought, bro, nobody could get them off of you. Like, it took grown ass men together to calm you down. I'm like, damn. I be forgetting that part of my childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I turned out good though. People was asking me. They was like, you working? I'm like, yeah, I got 2 jobs. I got this. They was like, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, bitch. But
I mean, at least it's a pleasant surprise for them. Yeah, they're like, oh shit, like,
yeah.
All people, like, that's crazy.
A lot of people got a lot of kids though. Other than that, a lot of alcoholics, bro. It's kind of sad though. Not gonna lie. It was the younger ones that was still like having fun doing their thing, but a lot of ones that was like in my generation, or like the year or two ahead of them, drunks, bro. Now a few of them turned to rappers. Like they 500,000 followers. You know what I'm saying?
No, decent size
rapper. You feel me? This one girl run a group home company. She got like 15 houses. She doing good. Hired her whole family. Few people passed. A lot of them in prison though. A lot in prison. You know.
Yeah.
So what can you do though? But it was a good turnout though. Like all in all, it was a lot of people there, a lot of fun, a lot of good laughs. Still kept my head on the swivel because I remember you. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like 20 years ago. You feel me? I don't trust you.
That's a long grudge to hold, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
And you said this
No,
was middle school and high school, or just middle school?
no, just middle school.
Mm,
Like I could have been cool with you in the 7th grade, right?
right.
That don't mean you out here robbing and killing and I ain't know about it. Now I'm talking about, yeah, let's chop it up. And he robbed me in the car. No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, but it was good catching up with everybody though.
Shit, I don't even remember people from my middle school. Damn.
That's trauma. Forget a lot of stuff when you're a kid.
Oh, it just wasn't any memorable people.
Really?
Damn.
I had a lot, bro. I had a lot of memorable people.
Yeah, I mean, I bounced around a lot, like in terms of schools. Like I went to
Oh,
like
I say pause, bro.
yeah, I was thinking it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty general. But there's like 4 schools I went to, whereas most kids did like 2 schools. That was the regular track. But I mean, like I remember like the kids I went to like Catholic school with because there was only 8 kids in my 8th grade class. Like I could name all those guys right now. You know,
Name them right now.
you had Ben Simons, you had David Huerta, you had Chris Talkington, you had Andrea Ariano, you had Matthew Barry, you had myself, and then you had who was the other one? Jessica Guildenstern, I believe. And then you had I'm missing one.
One more.
One. Was there 8 or was there 7?
You failed.
I don't know. It was
Matthew Barry. This ain't the guy who played Flash, is it?
No. He
Ain't that his name?
I don't know.
Barry Allen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actor. I was like, I don't know about the actor. But no, he went to Sassa and then he went to Nouvelle. But yeah. I met him a couple years later. Like again, you meet people that you went to like middle school with at like college parties when you're at that age. And I remember seeing him. He had a full beard and a shaved head, and I was like, "Oh my god, you look completely different than the last time I saw you."
Yeah, I saw a lot of that, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Last time I saw him, he was 10. This man bald as hell, big Rick Ross ass beard.
Yeah.
I do remember it was people that had facial hair in middle school. And motherfuckers peaked in middle school.
Yeah.
I do know that. Like, what the fuck was he feeding them? Testosterone?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
my mom's got a story like that. My mom was kind of like a wild child, and she told us like all the stuff that she used to do. And I was like, don't ever get mad at me for any of the shit that I do because it's nothing on level with what you did. And there was one time
not even close.
There was one time she got taken into the station for underage drinking. And back then it wasn't like you're going to get charged and we're going to tell your like they said here's a phone, call your parents, tell them to come pick you up. So they called I guess like one of my uncle's buddies who looked like a grown man in high school, like facial hair and everything. And he came in, pretended to be one of their dads, picked him up, and they walked out of there. Nothing. You know, I was like, I could never get away with some shit like that.
Damn, they ain't check out these back then either.
Bro, the generation before us, they looked 30 at 14.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I didn't understand that. They was looking like grown ass men and women in middle school. I'm like, bro, shit crazy when I look at people do they little, you know, when they do the little remembering videos of class of 87. Like,
yeah,
that wasn't that long ago. Why the fuck they look so old?
Yeah, we a young 30, whereas like you said, people back then they look middle aged for sure.
Yeah.
At 30, like fading hair and tight ass fucking bell bottoms.
It's disrespectful, but it's facts. Yeah, like they had to grow up. Yeah,
motherfucker had the stashes, boy, all clean, and then this big ass thing right there.
Don't forget about the lamb chops.
Yeah,
that shit's
long
nasty.
ass side.
That shit's forever nasty. Lamb chops. Hell no. If that's the only facial hair I had, I shave that shit.
Wait,
off.
it's called muffin chops. My bad. I called them lamb chops.
Whatever them
it's
shit's
muffin
called.
chops.
If I couldn't get this and all I had was this, hell no, you fucking that game fucked up. Just just keep the goatee. Yeah. And then it always irritate me how people motherfuckers be bald right here, but always keep that shit. Like, man, just let it go. It wasn't in the cards for you.
Oh, yeah, so we're gonna start with one. The opening of the Paris 2024 Olympics. Did you guys watch it? Have you guys been watching any of it? Keeping up with any of the coverage?
I haven't kept
Uh,
up with it. I was going to start tomorrow
Mm.
because
I got a few
basketball has
tabs on
started.
it. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's the one.
And then when track and
Uh,
field start, that's when I'm going to be really in it.
Right, right.
they said they gave the USA team a run for their motherfucking money, bro.
For which one?
Basketball.
Oh, that was
Oh,
just the prelims. They ain't
yeah,
take that shit
South Sudan.
serious.
Yeah, they
Oh, okay.
South Sudan ended up winning their very first Olympic basketball game against Puerto Rico, which is huge for them. The
Mm,
youngest country to compete so far.
okay.
So yeah, good for them. You know, yeah, a lot of. Honestly, I just love this the Olympics because there's so many feel good stories. Like every country's got one, of like an inspiring story that you don't normally hear about because they don't really sell jerseys or
Yeah.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the opening ceremony for the first time ever took place along the Seine River. It wasn't inside a stadium, whereas before you would see the athletes following the flag as they would walk around, and then they would stand in the middle. This is the first time they didn't do that, so there was no stadium. They were all in boats shipped down the river, and then they would make their way to the pavilion where they would officially start the games. So they had like some musical numbers. They had Lady Gaga there. She performed a French musical number. It was the one thing, like the tone of the overall like theatrics of it as they are announcing these teams. Um, it is very French. It is very weird. So like there was a couple things in there that pissed a lot of people off. Like there was one I think they had. It was highlighting France as a capital of like designer clothing. So they had like a catwalk, and then they had a guy in blue that was kind of like not naked, but he was painted blue, and he was kind of very artsy looking, and people were freaking out, and it's like I understand why you're freaking out, but at the same time, like the Olympics are older where this shit would be the norm, so I don't know why you're freaking out.
Yeah,
And
I was seeing
Why
then,
was he
them.
naked though?
huh?
I was just saying on my timeline, it was a lady talking about how well, there's certain people that always had that conspiracy, like, oh my god, this is so demonic and all this stuff. I
Yeah,
guess it was a person on a horse or something with wings and shit like that, and then another person was talking about how it looked like they were playing dress up for Assassin's Creed.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I
but
guess,
people like that get on my nerves. Everything ain't got to be goddamn it demonic. Like
yeah, yeah. But I
that
guess
shit
like as far
annoying.
as the Assassin's Creed symmetry there actually was because I didn't know this, but the studio is actually in France, so it makes sense for them to kind of highlight this character going across the rooftops and you see the whole city. So I mean that was a cool thread to follow as they
Mm,
went along with it.
Hmm.
They had French metal band Gojira performed, and then they had a bunch of you know headless bodies of Marie Antoinette, which is again it's metal and French as shit. And then they
Hmm.
they they topped it off with Celine Dion performing for the first time in 4 years after being
mm,
diagnosed with her is it neurodegenerative disease. It's called like stone face syndrome. Basically, she can't control the muscles in her face, which makes it very difficult for
mm,
someone to sing. And she fucking
right.
killed it. She's on top of the Eiffel Tower. She sang beautifully, knocked it out of the park. It was wonderful. And then the games officially started, and but yeah, like it was. I saw no problem with it. I saw people were kind of mixed on it, but I was like, I live for the Olympics, so I fucking love it. To me, the London ones were kind of the ones where I was like, it's kind of lame. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, and then
Did Snoop Dogg carry that torch?
he did,
Yeah,
he did.
Uncle Snoop.
Yeah, he didn't at the end, but he did leading up to the opening ceremony. The ones that finished it off, they had like Rafael Nadal, Spanish tennis player, and then they had like Serena Williams came back and she uh, had it, and they probably handed. The one thing that kind of annoyed me was they made it seem like Rafael Nadal was going to be the last one to hold it, and then he was going to light it, but they passed it to like in the span of like 30 minutes they passed it to like 20 other athletes, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck. And like
Hmm.
some of them like I didn't know, like which arrogant against me, a lot of them are French. But I was like, oh, like Rafael Nadal would have been the good choice because he's world known, everyone
Yeah.
recognizes these are going to be his last professional tournament because he's
Hmm.
retiring soon. But yeah, I mean, I'm live for this shit. I fucking love the Olympics. Favorite time of every 4 years.
That's the first one
Enjoy
we
that
had in
shit,
eight
bro.
years, right? Because they couldn't do it in 2020.
They did. They were the Tokyo Olympics, but it was very limited. It wasn't nearly on the same scale, so it kind of felt like the .5 Olympics, like not as much money, and like because I mean, like half the stadiums they would have used for a big crowd were mostly empty,
Yeah,
but they did have them, but just kind of still reeling from the pandemic at the time.
for sure.
But yeah, so keep track of that. I think the Americans won the 4x100 freestyle swimming. The
Yeah, I seen
men's.
that. Yeah.
We got a couple. I think Katie Ledecky got a bronze in one of her swimming matches. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Can y'all swim?
Yes. Can you
Pete,
swim?
can you swim? Fuck no, I need to learn how.
No. Why?
I need to learn ASAP,
Why do you
bro.
need
God
to
damn.
Nah, I ain't fucking with no water like that.
Why do you need to learn how to swim? Well, wait, both of you don't know how to swim?
We black, bro. Follow
Well,
the
no,
stereotype.
I didn't want to be following stereotypes.
I tried
It's
learning
okay
in
on this
college.
one.
I tried learning in college, but as soon as the water, I can't float. Well, so at least when I tried, I panicked. So I was like, nah, fuck that.
Mm.
I mean, it's never gonna, knock on wood, it's never gonna be a scenario where I'm gonna be that deep in water anyway. So I was like, fuck it. It's a skill to have, but what's that? I mean, unless Michigan just gonna have one of them massive ass floods, I mean, what's the point?
Okay.
In my opinion.
So it's like
I want to learn just so I can be.
I mean, I was tall enough so I could stand in a 6-foot pool, so
Hey man, shut your ass up.
So I'm kind of good. I mean, pools don't really
You
get
just be
that
throwing
high.
strays for no reason, bro. No, I'm tall enough.
Hell yeah, shit. As soon as I feel my feet not touching the ground, up, time to go back.
Okay.
So
yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, I went and had like swimming lessons when I was really young, and then like I did a lot. I never like swam like competitively or anything like that, but yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. But you can do a whole swimming thing right now, like a lap in the pool or something.
It would be rough because I mean, the last time I swam like in actual like open water was in Denver. They had like a reservoir over there, so like
Yeah.
they park the pontoon in the middle of this reservoir, and then it goes down like 50 feet. And
Damn.
I jumped in and I was like, oh shit, I'm not used to wading water like this. Usually I can like jump a little bit, but here, like, no, like, so I'm like, oh, I got to get used to kicking my legs because I haven't done that in a long time. But yeah, I think it's a good skill to have. It's good exercise.
For sure.
But yeah, I understand what P's saying. It's kind of old fashioned. Like, not many life and death situations are you going to be, driving home from work and you got to know how to swim.
and then if you're on a cruise, it's a wrap anyway. Shit, if that bitch go down. So
Facts,
I mean, you got the little safety boats. If you ain't on one, shit. See you next life.
You about to say next year.
That's tough.
Damn. That's tough.
I mean, I think adrenaline will probably keep you up for a while, but as far as like
fuck no.
the technical part of knowing, hey, all I gotta do is swing my feet in a circle, get that little updraft so you can stay up. But it's with me not doing it for years, I probably cramp up and then I'll go down.
Yeah, that's why floating is like just take a deep breath. You just got to teach yourself how to like relax. You're fine. Deep breath, and then like I can float on my back for hours and just chill, like sleep in that bitch.
Yeah, they say
That's all
naturally
you
you should
gotta
be able
do?
to float. Yeah.
Naturally, I'm a die. I ain't no fucking.
I mean, like
for me,
especially
I tried it.
especially if it's like really cold water and you're not used to it because you're like you get shocked, and obviously you instinctively take a deep breath, But I mean, yeah, like all I gotta do is take a deep breath and relax, and it'll be good.
That makes so much sense why dead bodies float, but they just got the air in them. Okay. I'm a dead body that bitch next time I go to the water.
Okay. Don't die trying, but
I ain't gonna take it literally like a dead body, but you know.
All right, guys. So we're gonna move on to a story that unfortunately we didn't cover last week, but it is still hot. It is the story of Sonya Massey, who was killed by a deputy. The body cam footage was released, and it is damning. This guy deserves to be buried underneath the prison.
Man.
For those unaware, Sonya Massey, she called the 911 asking for help. they showed up, and she was at the time boiling water to make tea. And the police are there talking to her, and she goes up to one of the deputies tells her to put the fire off
The water out.
yeah, don't want to burn the house down. So this is the only reason why she interacts with it in the first place. She was told to. She goes to turn the heat off, and she's got the pot in her hand, and it looks like she's going to dump the water, like she's not going to make tea anymore. The deputy says something along the lines of, "Hey, don't bring that boiling water around here." And then she said something,
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then he, for some reason, took that to the next level with something not de-escalating the situation at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts the pot down, and then they yell at her, "Put the pot down." She doesn't have it in her hands. So she says, "I'm sorry." She grabs the pot, and thinking that a rational person would think that when they tell you to put the pot down, they want to see you physically put the pot down. So she tosses the pot near him. It hits like a nearby counter. And he had said, "I'm going to shoot you in the fucking face if you come near me with that water." And not even 10 seconds later, he shoots her in the face. You know, she is down. His partner is very freaked out. He's like, "Well, I'm going to go grab my kit." And the guy that shot her said, "You can go ahead and grab it, but it was a headshot. I wouldn't waste my medical stuff on that." And then reportedly later on in the video, I don't think this is in the full video that was released, but other police showed up with, I think, the ambulance, and they were asking him, "Did you work on her? Were you trying to, and she was alive, she and he said, "No, I don't want to waste my materials, but you can go ahead in there. My partner's in there." So very damning video showing that this guy who had previous problems in other police forces.
We went to 6-1.
What's that?
I think this was the 6th police or law enforcement job, or 4th one.
I'm not sure about one. Yeah, I'm not sure about the exact number. Yeah, probably 6.
Yeah, since 2020, he's been in 6 departments.
Yeah, and he even had issues when he was in the military, I believe. I think there was a story saying that he had problems when he was in the Army. Yeah, the Army discharged him after a serious offense, personal file says. He served in the U.S. Army but was discharged due to misconduct, according to the Department of Defense document included in Grayson's personnel file during the time in Kincaid Police Department in Illinois. So this guy has had a series of problems in any level of authority that he's been involved in. And
then he lied and said that she came at
him.
Yeah, she was telling other officers that she was attacking
like crazy
him with
bitch and came at me with water.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
so imagine if the partner, because his body cam was off too. That's a big detail. That his was purposely off.
Yeah,
and
yeah, of course. He knew what he came to do, bro.
If it wasn't for the other guy, who knows how they would have spent the story?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like in the days of body cam, like this is not an isolated incident. It happens all the time where some shit blows up. A cop is walking towards another cop, and then they kind of gesture to each other like, "Hey, turn your camera off."
Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
I'm about to tell you some shit. And it's like, how are we supposed to protect and serve when we can't even trust these guys to document their daily job? But yeah, prayers and thoughts and prayers go to Sonya Massey and her family and everyone involved, because from the one thing that really fucking like broke my heart when I saw it was, I believe, her son. The police department called and told him that she was shot, but they did not tell him who. So he had to tell his grandmother that she was shot and had no other information for her because the police were trying to bury this. If it wasn't for this body cam footage, we don't know what the hell would have happened. He probably would still be there. But now, thankfully, he is more than likely going to be charged, and he is going to be sent to prison for this, and it's long overdue. Yeah.
I hope he died in that bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. To me, I think this. I'm one that's very much for police reform, and qualified immunity is one of them. To me, it makes no sense why you can legally do something fucking horrible, and then if you're fired, you quit, whatever reason, you are then able to go get a job doing the same thing one county over. Like,
Yeah, bro, that shit weird as
why
hell.
is there no national registry for these dirty fucking cops? And why are they allowed to wash their hands just by going over a city line? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's disgusting. And hopefully this shines a light on it more. Because definitely these stories need to be talked about. If you expect anything to change, because this very easily could not have been something you heard about until 10, 15 years later.
Yeah, a lot of that shit do be happening. They'd be like, this happened in 2017 or 2004. You'd be like, damn, we just not got the video?
Yeah.
Because it just got released type shit. But I'm glad it got out fast as it did. It's just fucked up, bro. Like, he really was on that type of time from the beginning.
Yeah.
He was aggressive as hell when he introduced himself to her. You feel me? He I feel like it was one of them things where he sent her over there to make it a justified kill on his end. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because we all done seen the movies. We know it's dirty cops out here, shit like that. They'd be like, oh, pick the gun up or go do this and go do that.
Yeah.
And it'd be like a reason for me because he went over there whole time. I told he told him to do the type shit. So
his trigger finger was itchy.
Yeah.
He wanted that body. He wanted a body, bro.
Yeah, his name was Sean Grayson. It should be noted.
Fuck him.
Yeah, it reminded me of one that happened a couple years ago. I want to say it was like 10 years ago. It was inside of a hotel. I think it was like on the second or third floor of a hotel. And someone had called the police saying that they had saw someone in the window flashing a gun. And it was an air rifle. This guy worked in pest control. And he was, I believe, in the room with his girlfriend at the time. And the police showed up and I believe it was full SWAT. They showed up outside the door, and demanded them to come outside. They get the girl out, no problem. And you can find the video online. It's very tough to watch, but it's probably a good 8 minutes of Simon Says that this guy is playing with his life, telling him to crawl towards him, and then he would stop and pull up his pants because they were falling. And for that, they thought that he was coming at them, and probably 12 rounds went off into him with rifles. These aren't pistols.
Was it like a young white kid?
Yeah.
I remember that video, bro. It always cut off early, but it said, what happened. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Take 2 steps to the right. My right, not your fucking right.
And the guy
listen to whatever I say.
And the dude is panicking. Bro. He's like, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to do what you want me to do.
Dog, at that point, just lay on the fucking ground.
Yeah. And then
they still gonna shoot you.
And then
they still gonna shoot you.
I think the cop that ended up getting charged for that, his gun on the side of it said, "You're fucked." This is a guy that's supposed to be handling high tense situations. Could be a hostage in there.
But no, y'all better come get me on the ground, off the ground.
Yeah,
I ain't moving a fucking inch. Hell no.
It's a situation where a guy was he's a he take care of the mentally disabled like me, right? He doing his job. His dude goes into a temper tamper type of thing, right? They calm him down. He's pacing like this, and the worker they telling him to get on the ground now, and everybody's saying he's the person that takes care of the patient.
Yeah,
it's okay. And he just calming him down, and he was like, "Get on the fucking ground, put your hands up." So he on the ground with his hands up like this, bro. Police still shot him and said I was nervous, and he laying on his back.
Yeah,
he was like, "Bro, I did everything. I didn't move. Yeah. I had my hands up. I didn't flinch. What did I get shot for?" And he was like, "I got nervous."
That's a fucking lawsuit waiting to happen. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even sit still.
That's anymore. The only occupation where you get to get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
And Trump really trying to make it happen.
Yeah, it's shitty. That's the one job where you cannot have off days in. It's a lot to ask. I'm not gonna lie. Like it is tough to be a cop. I'm not going to say that it's not, but at the same time, you want good cops out there. And a lot of these fucking cops, they say like, one apple doesn't spoil the bunch.
Hell no. That shit like a banana. Once one go right, they all go right fast.
Yeah, I mean, like you got good cops that look the other way. Because it's like, oh, I don't want to get involved with this shit. This.
I mean, you do guys. I mean, there's stories out there where cops literally try to put their own person in jail, but because they're a close knit unity, they will ostracize that good cop and call him good old boy and get him out.
Yeah,
he or she out rather than the bad person. So it
thin
is
Hit.
blue
good cops
line.
out there who try to lock like that one. I mean, it's off topic, but it was a police officer who actually gave another officer on duty a speeding ticket on his way to work.
Hmm.
And I can't remember how that story ended, but it's cops like that who take their job seriously and say, "No, you ain't above the law," so on and so forth. But
Yeah.
when you bring that shit back to the commander or whatever, depending on what the
They say you
commander
a
say,
snitch. It's no brotherhood.
yeah,
Why are you rocking the boat? Type shit. Yeah.
And the crazy part is too, like you said, that when they be doing their little video, audio testifies type of thing, bro, they be pausing shit. They be telling them what to say before they even start. You know,
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, bro. This supposed to be some real shit. Nah, that bitch edited like a motherfucker. Half the videos we get out is edited because if we saw the real shit, it'd be even worse.
Yeah. 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 It's unfortunate. Hopefully, Sonya Massey and her family get some sense of closure after
Mm-hmm.
he's charged. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna stick.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody that saw that video was like, it's a open and shut. Like, there's no way that you
Yeah.
can try to get out of this. So
Even the
unless
cops was quiet.
yeah.
unless you what's her name, Owens or
Which one?
no, what the fuck that black bitch name, who uh the famous
Candace
black girl who be
Candace
trying to
Owens?
act white and shit. You
Candace
said Candace Owens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that her little skit talking about, oh, it's we're not gonna do this fear mongering and it's cops out there who make mistakes.
Oh, in
And
response to the body cam footage.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, make
That wasn't the fucking
mistakes.
mistakes.
Yeah.
So
Everything
you
was
just be willing to get your ass shot and it's okay, let's dap it up.
He was just doing his job. Yeah.
Let that be one of your little fucking family members and see how the fucking upstanding your ass gonna be. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, some people don't deserve a platform, and sometimes you be wondering, is it trolling? But you can't be doing it that long and not believe it.
Yeah.
She's pandering to a certain demographic.
Yeah. There's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it. Like, the thin blue line, those American flags with the one blue
Oh my
stripe.
god!
Like,
That speaking of that, that is literally. I think I was telling James this. You could probably cut this part, but this is why I said I don't see the American flag as the American flag. I see it as like the Confederate flag now. Even though I'm here, whenever it's the 4th of July, I never support any fucking American flag type shit because I literally, in my head right now,
it's been co-opted.
As I stand on this motherfucking shit, I see the American flag as a motherfucking Confederate flag. I do not see that shit as freedom. So that's why I'm always like kind of feeling
you in a
a type of way
neighborhood with
about
too
the
many
Olympics.
flags,
Yeah, you're allowed.
I know what's going on.
You're allowed one American flag per household. If you got more than one, I'm looking at you fucking funny as shit.
Yeah, them motherfucking diesel trucks, them dualies with the two flags at the back of them shit.
Man.
The yellow one with the snake cut up, like, okay, you're on
and
that
then
type
the black,
of militia time.
the thin black blue line. I really see that shit as a fucking racist ass flag.
It's a slap in the face, bro. It's like Black Lives Matter, right? Blue Lives Matter, bro. That's an occupation.
Yeah, and no one said cops' lives don't matter.
Yeah,
because they the one that's taking them. Shit.
No,
I had
where the fuck did that even come from?
I had that conversation with my grandma on what was it, 4th of July, because she was like all decked out.
That shit got you heated. I feel it.
It was decked out in her like red, white, and blue shit, and I was like, I would think I was wearing like a black t-shirt and like some khakis. It's like, oh, you're not wearing anything for 4th of July, and I'm just like,
fuck no.
I was like, I feel nothing about wearing any American flag thing on my body. Because it's been co-opted by a bunch of fucking racists and right-wing assholes. They're the ones that will wear, fucking American flag fucking swimsuits and a tank top, wife beater, and a trucker hat.
I thought I was the only one feeling this way.
I
bro.
was like,
I've been feeling that
oh,
shit
no,
deep down inside for years. Bro. I was like, this shit is not freedom, bro.
That's like with that the whole thing with the election, like, because you see more of it online and in person with the flags and shit. They think that they are the loud majority. It's like, no, a vast majority of people don't feel like they need to have their politics as their fucking identity, and they don't need to wear that shit on 24/7.
I say that all the time. I be like, bro, your whole life is whatever this man say.
Yeah.
How was that everything you live and go by, bro? I'm like, what do you like to do? Well, the good man Trump said this, and you be like, what do you do? Well, whatever he says is right. I'll be like, bro, ain't no fucking way, bro.
Yeah. Like I think I can count on one hand how many times I said the word Second Amendment this year. But you know that there's fucking people that say that shit 20 times a fucking day because it's in their brain 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys need to fucking calm down and chill. Like,
Yeah,
like
that
you
shit
need
program. It's
you need a
literally
hobby.
like it's not gonna change until we replace them as far as age. Like when we get in our 60s and 70s, that's when shit might change. But like you said, when you are raised up in that environment, only thing you're doing is breeding another generation of
Yeah.
younger
Yeah, of
folks
course,
to
of
take
course.
that shit over.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like when you see little kids play with other kids, the only time that shit changes when the parents notice it. Oh no, no,
Yep.
no, you can't play with them. And they
Yep.
just looking like, what the fuck? What do you mean no? Why?
Yeah. I just
So
recently watched a video on TikTok where a white guy introduced his whole I'm gonna say family because he locked in with him since he was kids,
Mm.
and he told him go down to this little little bar place, got great food, great music, great everything, and he sat down with him, and then the owner was like, what the fuck is he over there doing condoning this? You condone sitting with black people? You can you like them? And this was the owner.
What
You
fucking
feel me?
year is this?
Dog.
God
And he was like,
damn.
I got black best friends. I've known them since I was 12. This is his family. I wanted them to introduce them to my buddy, but now I see you ain't shit, bro.
Mm.
Like you a bitch, really. And I bet you I'm gonna let everybody know never to come shop here, bro. I'm never eating here again, and our friendship is done right here. Dude stood on business, bro, and I appreciate that. You
Yeah.
feel me? Because a lot of people won't. They'll back down and be like, well, he's my friend, and you guys are my friend. Let's just nah. You gotta keep that shit a buck with
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
You're not
You
helping
really a
anybody
bitch,
out.
bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate old dude, man. I'm gonna find a video. Might tag it in. I don't know his name though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you.
Yep. You
yeah,
need to
that's
say
why
shit.
they try their best to keep politics out the workplace. But with Facebook, if you follow some coworkers and stuff on your shit, and you be seeing what side they stand on, but it's not the side they stand on; it's what they support within that side,
Yeah,
or what they
yeah.
blatantly don't see. Like you can
Or
post the
choose to
same shit
ignore.
and you'll have a different opinion. Like I posted on my Facebook, I'm with her with Kamala, my teacher that I told you about that.
Looked
My
out for you.
yeah, he did the little face palm on it. I'm like, bro, I can't support
Yeah.
Trump or whatever. And then he reposted a picture, a video on his page. I feel it was AI, but you can't tell old shit, old motherfuckers nothing. But it was the fact that you start to look at people a little bit different. Like, okay, I understand you're Republican, but what part of the Republican views have you been ignoring? Like if it was something like how the lady we were just talking about, how we see it as police is out of control. It was like, do you see this? Oh, this young man made a honest mistake. Like what are you seeing when you talk about
Mm-hmm.
your Republican views versus Democrat views? Like you can't say you pro black or pro. Oh, I look at everybody the same, but then
You choose to
somebody posted share a video of something traumatizing, and then you just, oh no, it was just honest mistake.
yeah.
Like Candace Owens.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That
like that shooting. People were quick to say it could have been a mistake, but as soon as the facts came out of this guy was a part of 6 different police departments and he had problems in the army, is that a mistake or is this guy that is constantly getting let go easy? You know.
Exactly.
So I mean, like again, like I feel like everybody in the U.S. because I mean it's very fervent now because of the election coming up. Everybody has that family member or even close friend where you're just like, I don't even want to bring up politics because I already know
For
how you
sure.
are leaning, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, are you that type of person that's going to ignore something that is factually wrong?
yeah,
You know.
no, that's the part I hate about it. Like
Yeah.
this every 4 years you go through this type of shit. Like the feeling that we're feeling, either aggression or sadness or happiness, because you're just blissfully unaware of everything that's going on, because can't nothing go wrong on your end.
Right.
It's one of those things where I hate this time of year.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's damn near like how in the purge where it's like the motherfuckers are stressed out
Yeah,
the day
yeah.
before the shit started. This is how
Yeah.
I feel about voting. Not voting in general, because obviously we want to make change. It's just this time of the year when everything you see on social media is negative.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
You never seen a political party say something good about the opposite side. So everything is negative. And
Very
then
divisive.
yes, so it's nothing positive when it comes to it. It's basically who can talk shit the most before the polls start.
That's really it.
Yep.
That's really it.
So that's why I hate
Every
this time of the
comment
year.
turned like that too. Motherfuckers be commenting what they be saying. Oh, you could tell he's a motherfucking liberal. He's a soft this.
God.
He's a he writes like a Democrat. You could like,
It's
bro,
like,
they
it's like
use
the fuck?
Democrat as a racist term now.
Yeah, the left and
feel
the
me?
right shit, bro. That shit, I don't, like.
Oh,
Well, if I'm in the
yeah.
middle, like it's some, like I think we had a little disagreement on the little thing, but it's one of those things where as I got older, it might be something I agree with Republicans, it might be something I agree with Democrats. Obviously, it's some things on the left that's some shits I don't agree with, and some things on the right. I'm kind of in the middle,
For sure.
Right.
but it's unfortunate that independent parties don't get enough love. So it's kind of like if I vote independent, that's a wasted vote because it's literally Democrats and Republicans. It's no in between, even though it's a lot of in between candidates who had the best of both worlds. The general consensus is it's either you got to be left or right.
Yeah.
Or your vote is basically wasted.
Yeah. A lot of that comes down to money. Like rulings like Citizens United that allows these super PACs. Like the private citizen is only allowed to donate, I want to say it's like $2,500 a year per candidate as far as donations go. But a super PAC allows someone like Elon Musk to put $45 million a month to help pay for advertising slots to help a particular candidate.
What?
Right? So, I mean, that's technically legal under Citizens United, but that puts so much money in politics that it makes the vote less with the dollar amount being spent on these, ad campaigns, radio slots, physical stuff they put in your mailbox. So, I mean, like that is another reason why you're not going to see another party come out of this, like the Independents or like the Green Party. Like you're not going to see them get enough money to kind of, all right, we are financially even with the Republicans and Democrats. No one's going to give them the money to do that, right?
Mhm.
So like you're not going to see, like in the UK they have like 12 fucking different parties, and they all have different ones that they lean towards one or the other, and it's a little bit more diverse with what they are trying to accomplish. Each party has a different one they want to put a lot of money towards, right? Whereas here it's just the two. Like you're not going to see that change for until Citizens United and other rulings like that change. Like you're not going to see that change anytime soon.
And then on top of that, I mean, so we don't drag this out. It's kind of one of those things where if you don't have family that educate you really about what politics is for, an uneducated person is literally like, "Oh, you vote this way, you're racist." That's plain and simple. That's this dumbest down part of what voting really is. Is, oh, you voting right, you're racist. You're voting black, you're dumb. Or it's not even that you're dumb. It's you're voting for food stamps. That's how they see it. It's like you're looking for government handout. Whereas if you're looking at a person that's right, you're like, oh, you racist.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is the Caucasian group of the world or United States actually use more of assistance than anybody.
Yep.
So I'm like,
as a percentage,
as a percentage, So it's not like, it's all going to me in my neighborhoods and shit like that. Like, bro, that's clearly over there with y'all, in the percentage wise. But yeah, I hate when they use shit like that. You just want to stay on food stamps and Section 8 your whole life. I'd be like, damn.
Eat the rich. Yeah.
So that's why these every 4 years is always this type of drama that I see, and that's kind of why I stay away from it. But I do vote. But as far as like staying up to par, unless it's like in every fucking aspect, like how the unfortunate event that happened where you constantly get bombarded with it, where you don't have no choice in seeing it. That's kind of where it is right now for me. It's like you bombarded with it left and right. You get random ass text messages of both sides. Say, hey, this person's trying to do this. This person's trying to do this.
Yeah, it is very stressful. I don't think people realize how like outside of the US realize how fucking draining it is to be rational as possible, like believe me, I am one that wants to look at the facts and then make my decision afterwards. But the way that the fucking bickering goes down, it makes me want to fucking snap on somebody. Like it's stressful. It is not a fun time. Uh, so watch the Olympics.
Yeah.
Watch some sports.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Watch some good
that was
movies.
good conversation. Like one that I think a lot of people kind of shy away from. Needs to be had.
Yeah.
Moving on to the big news that happened. Comic Con is going this week in San Diego. Yeah, San Diego Comic Con. And Marvel Studios had their big, they do these big panels for the movies coming out, different TV shows. But we're going to skip a majority of that. We might do a deep dive of it next week into some of the different stuff that's been announced. But we are going to, this is something that branched off our last time we were talking about Jonathan Majors, the situation that he was going through. And he was set to be in the Avengers Kang Dynasty. But since his trial, he was found guilty. He is removed from the project, and they are axing that project. And they are bringing back the Russo brothers, who did Endgame and Infinity War. They're bringing them back, and they instead are going to pivot from Kang the Conqueror to Victor Von Doom, who is the big bad for the Fantastic Four, right?
Mm-hmm.
And arguably, I will say, personally, the best villain that Marvel has, in my opinion. And the
Really?
actor going to be playing him is Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man.
Yeah.
So that is the big surprise. Some fans are really upset at this decision. They're like, is this going to be a alternate reality? Or is this going to be, no, he's Victor Von Doom, and this is just him now, just with, Tony Stark's kind of face? Like, no one knows how they're going to do this. But what are your guys' reactions? Because this is kind of like the biggest news that came out so far of Comic Con.
Yeah, we talked about it last night where I feel like the only way this can ease people's minds is if you take into account the Spider-Man universe where Doctor Strange was fucking shit up, or
Right.
Peter Parker was fucking shit up with Doctor Strange, to where it was alternate timeline where instead of Tony Stark being Iron Man, he was Doctor Doom the whole time.
Right.
Or somewhere in his lab when he was like in the cave originally, how Iron Man started. Somehow some shit happened. Instead of him becoming Iron Man, he became Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom, I believe, was a smart ass guy from the jump anyway.
Yep, very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In his story, so that's kind of like he. Either way, it's still the smart person. It just his the fork in the road went, instead of being Iron Man, and went to Doctor Doom.
Yeah, like a coin toss.
Ain't got to be a fork in the road, bro. He could have been one of them people that just dropped from the universe like everybody else did. They dropped from that universe to this one. And it just was him like, bet, redo. I was in prison at my last one.
Right.
You feel me? And he probably laid low and was like, I'm going to let them do their thing, sit back, and then I'm going to start showing the fuck out.
Yeah.
Probably got to get his resources up. You never know.
Could be.
He might be in this bitch like, yeah, because I have heard in alternate universes, one of the Iron Mans did turn bad or something. Or it was one of the Doom variants was good actually and turned to Iron Man. It was one of them two. But I can't wait though. But Deadpool said it. And how he always talking shit, his little fourth wall breaking. He was like, yeah, the Marvel contracts is a motherfucker.
Oof.
So
I forget what I was talking. I think I was talking to my mom about that. Like, there's
I ain't even seen the movie yet, so don't spoil.
Well, no. This is not about the
not.
the Deadpool. There's no way Robert Downey Jr. came back for anything less than the fucking house. Like, he is getting the bag for this movie. Like,
for sure.
He must be getting percentages of ticket sales or something. Like, he must be getting a lot of back end, because there's no way you come back from finishing a really good arc of a character story it lasted like 20 years. There's no way you finish that up, put a bow on it. It's beautiful. Everybody loves it. Everybody remembers it. I love you 3000. There's no way you do that and then you come back for anything less than something spectacular.
Yeah.
So there's one reason why I think the movie is going to be good, because there's no way Robert Downey Jr. agrees to do this unless the movie is a good script. So he's getting a lot of money for this, I can almost guarantee, and it's looking like it's going to be a very good, throwback to before this phase, whatever phase we're on of Marvel movies, and it's going to be a solid, Infinity War Endgame level.
I need it.
Movies.
I need it. But whole time though, I ain't gonna lie to you, he was getting percentages off of this one anyway, wasn't he? off the
I don't know about the one since
Endgame arc?
Yeah, I think he was there, but I don't know about anything since. I doubt it.
Oh yeah, nothing after that.
Yeah,
but he was supposed to get like a percentage of all the beginning Avenger movies and all that type of shit because that's where it started at.
yeah. I
You know,
do
because I think
remember he was a couple of years. He was like the highest paid actor in Hollywood, and then like Dwayne
yeah.
Johnson and him would switch every now and then. But yeah, like I was kind of floored with the decision when I saw there's a clip of him, taking the mask off at San Diego
Mm-hmm.
Comic Con. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. They brought Robert Downey Jr. Who's it really going to be? Like I thought it was like a joke, and then it was like, oh no, it's really him. And I was like, oh shit. Like, cause I again, like I love Dr. Doom. It's probably one of my favorite villains that they have. And it's going to be interesting to see Robert Downey Jr. not play himself pretty much like he was with Iron Man.
I want to see that personality.
Yeah, like
bro.
I want to see that. I want to see this, brilliant fucking evil calculating dude,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be fun to see.
Without the quirky comeback.
What's that version of him where he's like the all powerful Dr. Doom? What's the name of that one?
Oh, I don't
where he
remember
kind of like he's kind of all white or some shit.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that run.
Because didn't Dr. Doom kill Thanos too?
Yeah, Dr. Doom's done a lot of dope ass shit. Like he's got his own country that he governs. He's kind of like the dictator of, and it's like a metropolis. Like there's literally no crime. Like it's a perfect society pretty much. He rules it with an iron fist, but like that's his place, So yeah, it'll be interesting how they play that. Like, are they gonna do it like they tried doing? I'm thinking of Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Are they gonna make him like because that one they took Lex Luthor from the corporate businessman into the young tech geek, kind of like Mark Zuckerberg. Are they gonna try and shift Victor Von Doom to be a different origin story, or are they going to try to keep it close with the comic books? But yeah, I mean, it's cool because also with Victor Von Doom, you get the Fantastic Four. So we're going to see them.
Hell yeah.
Their movie is set to come out in a couple of years. So are we going to see them in the Avengers movies teaming up with the Avengers cast we already know? It'll be cool to see. Looking forward to it.
They're going to be getting old as hell now. Goddamn.
Yeah. Yeah. Spider-Man's going to be 37 soon. No.
Man.
All right, y'all. So we're going to wrap it up with our Summer Rewatch series of Batman 1989. It is directed by Tim Burton. It stars Michael Keaton as Batman, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, Kate Basinger as Vicky Vale, and the music is done by Danny Elfman. So, guys, what did you guys think? Had you guys seen this before?
Yes, I saw it before.
Yeah. You go ahead.
I saw it again.
Okay. Now, was it the first time in a long time you've seen it, or like you saw it when you were
Of course,
a kid?
hell yeah! I'm gonna watch this old ass movie on some regular shit.
Okay, I'm on the same boat. Like I watched this a long time ago. I remembered snippets, but I did need to rewatch to kind of understand the story and everything. But,
yeah, this is my first time seeing it.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I could see why he was one of the fan favorite Jokers. Besides,
yes,
besides the other guy, Heath
Ledger.
Yeah.
So I can see why he was one of the favorites.
Yeah, before he held it down.
Oh yeah.
So I can understand that aspect. As far as the movie itself, it was just funny because Batman neck was so stiff because it was the whole cowl with the shoulder pads. So he turned like this.
Yeah, when they threw something up, he was really fucking reclined in that bitch.
The Lego movement.
Yeah.
That shit was funny. But it was a good movie. When I was watching it, I felt like, damn, Batman actually killing these bitches. Because remember,
bro, I was about to say that shit.
Yeah, I was like, must have been before the comics came out. Oh, he don't kill nobody. No, he was fucking killing them. Like
they really glossed over the deaths in this one. You see a
his
building explode.
Yes, I was like, hold on, did they mean to just omit that? Like, how the fuck you been saying all these years Batman ain't killing nobody, and literally hundreds of people just died.
Yeah.
And then his car just pulled off like, hey, ain't shit popping over here.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't say that was probably my favorite scene. Knowing that this is that alternate universe where Batman said, "Fuck all that, I'm coming with the strap."
I'll let that shit go. Yeah.
I think it wasn't even the alternate universe, bro. I think Tim Burton didn't know what the fuck the lore was.
Yeah. Well, no, like I think you just have some fans that are just really hot on an issue. If they don't like something, they're gonna hang on to. Oh, he's killing people. The one that we know doesn't kill people, and it's like I think any like take any of the ones that Christian Bale, the ones that like we kind of grew up with, like some of those hits could have caused some fucking brain damage, right?
Facts.
But he's not killing them,
right?
But yeah,
because if you look at the one with the Flash, didn't he throw that dude out of a car going 70 miles an hour?
Some shit like that. Yeah,
dead.
Yeah,
come on now.
I think the one with Ben Affleck was the one. It was because like he had like his little glider that had like fucking machine guns on it, and his Batmobile had guns on it and missiles on it. Like so, you know, they don't fucking knock you out. They put holes in you.
Shoot airsoft.
This is a bullet, bro.
Yeah, I had to remind myself though, because there was a lot of times in it, like I kind of like rolled my eyes, like, oh my god, this is so campy and cheesy sometimes. But then I had to remind myself, like the last time like a physical Batman was seen was Adam West in those fucking blue tights, you know.
Yeah.
So to go from that and then to go to this, you're like, okay, this is actually is a major improvement. You know, like it feels like Gotham City from the comic books. You know, like it's there's honestly it's one of my gripes with like the Christian Bale ones is like it never felt like a bustling city. It felt like Pittsburgh and Chicago, which is where they shot it. You know, not too many people on the streets, whereas this one nailed it where there's almost too many people. You know, there's traffic's crazy. You know, there's so much people that are homeless, and this one really nailed that kind of. I think it's a credit to Tim Burton. It nails that kind of dark and gritty Gotham that is it is a cesspit. You know, it's not supposed to be this, you know,
it's like
city of the future. Yeah.
The motherfucking criminals look like they was sick as hell and they had a reason to steal because we don't got money, we can't eat, I'm tired, bags under my eyes, we on a fucking corner sleeping. But yeah, that shit was deep, bro. I did fuck with that too, I ain't gonna lie. Because all that, I glossed over that as a kid. I didn't pay attention to none of that part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His motherfucking, he still got, bro, to me, growing up, the most iconic Batmobile ever.
Oh yeah,
that big ass jet in the back. Oh, man, what?
I was gonna say there's probably three things that I think that this one solidifies as like iconic in all of the Batman, you know, comics, movies, TV shows. It's definitely the Batmobile is definitely I think the most iconic one design. Jack Nicholson as Joker, that is an iconic Joker
for sure.
Especially the criminal underboss Joker, you know, because there's a lot of different variations. Like you have the Heath Ledger being the more anarchist Joker, you know,
and then the scientist Joker.
Yeah, and then like even like the animated series that's done by Mark Hamill, that Joker is definitely like the comedy jokes all the time Joker. You know, he's definitely a clown. This one is definitely the criminal underboss kingpin Joker. And definitely the music. Danny Elfman, this is like this is the iconic, like if you see Batman, you think of the music that's in this movie when you see Batman.
It was a beautiful score on this shit, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Those to me are the three iconic
flashbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then when his little airplane went up to the moon.
Yeah, that shot. They did that again, I think, in like Batman and Robin and Batman Beyond.
They did it again on Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it is one that you're. I remember last week when we picked this out of the wheel. You guys were both kind of like, you know. But I mean, after watching it, I mean, it is good. Like it could definitely be a lot worse. To me, it's better than any of the Superman movies. I was never big into those. But this one,
his shit trash.
Yeah, this one definitely.
I never really was a fan of Superman, if you want to be real with it.
Well, his newest one's not too bad. But if you talk about of that time,
the old school ones,
oh my god, they was garbage.
Yeah,
with Christopher Reeve.
He was an average ass motherfucking built, and he ain't had no muscle. Like, he was a regular ass Caucasian. Like, how the fuck you tossing motherfuckers? If you don't get your ass shot, get the fuck out the way.
Yeah,
you ain't got no alien powers, man. You just took some steroids. You Captain America.
At this point,
throwing some paper mache boulders that are painted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But this one I think definitely is kind of like that's something they never fixed. Like you were talking with the cowl, like not being able to turn his head. Like Christian Bale had that problem too. Like he couldn't like move and fight like he wanted to.
And this shit threw me off. How fast the story progressed of him keeping his secret identity, and then now you just got Alfred like, oh yeah, just Batcave, here you go.
Yeah.
Like out of fucking nowhere. It was no build up to, oh yeah, let's bring her into. I mean, he said, hey, just let her know, but he never did. And then Alfred just like, hey, Here's Vicky
Chico.
Vale. Yeah, like and then because he over here watching that the TV prompters and shit, and then he just like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like oh, but yeah, that shit, and then he got them cheeks fast as hell though.
I was about to say that too. The love interest shit was very, very fast.
Yeah.
But I felt like that's the one thing that Tim Burton focused on more was like the Joker shit, his ups and downs.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he went through a lot of Batman shit. Like, cause in the beginning, I swear the motherfucker that got robbed was his mom and daddy, and then next thing you know, Batman pop up grown. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be high.
That was
his
go ahead.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say I thought that was a good misdirect of like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it had me thinking, this is the start of the Batman story because we know how I start.
Right.
They lead the theater, shit like that. Whole time Batman been around already.
Yep.
I was like, oh, now that I'm older and I know the story, this would have fooled the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then on top of that, how he just all these years of him not knowing who his parents' killers were, and then he just have a flashback like, oh, it was this guy the whole time.
Yeah, he was like, "What'd you say? Yeah. Do you dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again,
that's a nice line.
Great delivery by Jack Nicholson. He's great in this.
Yeah.
I was never sold on Michael Keaton though. Like, I don't know if that makes me a hater. To me, I think it was maybe the mullet. Like, I was like I was never really big on him being Batman. But like I still remember like the Joel Schumacher, like George Clooney Batman movies, or even the Val Kilmer ones. So I mean, like to me, those two are the ones where I'm like, oh yeah, those are Batman, like Bruce Wayne. I could see that. But I did like him playing Bruce Wayne more than he played Batman, if that makes sense.
I like it the other way.
You like the Batman scenes more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no.
But I will say this though: if you look at Michael Keaton right now, he looked like he can be a gracefully aged Batman.
Yeah.
He fits the role now.
For Batman Beyond.
Like, God. He fits the shit. When he was younger, I didn't like looking at Bruce Wayne. I was like, what the? He don't look like a fucking Bruce Wayne to me.
Put the collar
he
back
ain't
on.
the billionaire playboy that everybody just
he don't got that look, bro. He don't got that billionaire playboy look.
Yeah.
He look like a stranger on the street. Like, what the fuck is you?
Oh yeah, it's a solid flick. Let's go around and do our favorite scenes. Who wants to?
I already said mine.
Yeah, yours was the blowing up of the chemical factory with the.
Yeah, because I was like, bro, like, did they just say, oh, like he's a mass murderer? He said, fuck everybody in this bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you see, you dropped the motherfucker. I thought it was just gonna be tear gas, and then he was gonna infiltrate. Then it was like, nope. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, hold on. Like, them motherfuckers ain't get out. I had to rewind the scene. Like, did this bitch just skip? Like,
yeah. There was like they cut it or something.
There was no timer on those bombs.
Bro, that shit went off.
Nah.
So we dropped that shit on you. Put my shields on. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah. I can say that one was my close second. The first one was it really was the car, bro. Seeing the car doing its thing
for the first time,
and seeing the motherfucking grapple shoot out the front of it because it is like a super jet in the back.
Yeah.
So it can do the swing around. Because I think that's in a few games too. So it just was like, oh, okay, I fuck with that heavy. I just like that. And then the part where the shields went up, it made me think about when Robin stole the tires off the Batmobile when he was younger in another animated movie. It just was like I was connecting a lot of dots to everything in this first one.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it from that.
Yeah, I like the.
Before you go eat, I was gonna say there's another scene that I like when he asked old girl how much you weigh.
That's my scene. That's my number one scene.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you weigh more than 108, motherfucker."
Yeah. He's asking for the grapple weight, and he's like, "How much do you weigh?" And then they go up, and then he has to let go because they're overweight, and then insults her about her weight. I thought that was a funny moment. But yeah, like there's a lot of good moments. Like the Batmobile scene, seeing that for the first time is definitely one. It's like, oh shit, because again, the '60s Adam West one, you had that little convertible, the little 2-seater.
Yeah.
And you go from that to, oh shit, this thing is actually like worthy of Cape Crusader type shit.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now let's get our ratings in. The scale is out of 5, 5 being one of the best movies you've ever seen, 1 being one of the worst movies you've ever seen. Dog shit. Who wants to go first?
I give it a 4. It was a good, solid 4.
4.
Okay.
Because it was authentic. Like you ain't getting none of this cheesy ass soft Batman. Like motherfucker, like these motherfuckers are trying to kill you. Get them first, and he stood on business. Plain and simple.
Right.
I was gonna give it a 4, but I felt like I was gonna be a little passive with it. So honestly, I'm gonna give that bitch a 3.7.
Oh, okay. I'm giving it a 3.5.
Okay.
It's very good. But again, like I said, there's other reasons why I like some of the more current or more contemporary to me more. You know, like hell, like the fucking Matt Reeves Batman also nails like Gotham City, like it, as far as that dark gritty place, you know, and so. But yeah, none of that would have happened without this one. So yeah, it's a 3.5 for me. It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't all up Batman ass, even though it was Batman's movie. It was, like you said, it was the Criminal Undermind movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I also like how again, this was the first one they did, and I do like how they kind of rewarded the comic book readers, because it's not just Batman, Joker, but you got Vicky Vale in there. She's major in the comics. You got Harvey Dent in there, played by Billy D. Williams, major in the comics. Implications for Two-Face. You got Commissioner Gordon in there. You got like a lot of characters that you would probably only know if you were an avid comic book reader at the time. You saw them. Yeah, you know, they're physical actors. So yeah, it's again, great movie. A little campy, a little cheesy, but it's still good.
And Gordon kept that motherfucking hairstyle in all his fucking movies. He did not change at all. He kept that little slick back.
It's one of his iconic looks.
Yeah. Also, one of my favorite Alfreds, because he did a couple of Val Kilmer and George Clooney ones. That actor, I forget his name, but that's one of my favorite Alfreds in live action movies too. But yeah, solid movie. Go check it out. Let's get our next one going.
And while this is rolling, let me ask y'all a question. Who is y'all best Batman?
Probably the one with Heath Ledger, because that's the one I've seen the most.
Okay,
wasn't
so you
it
like
a trilogy?
Bale.
A trilogy with that cast. So yeah, that's one we grew up with. Okay. So yeah,
I fuck with it too. That's one of my top ones. But I'm low key liking Twilight Boy. What's his name?
The latest one.
Robert Pattinson. He's in the Matt Reeves one.
Yeah, only because he was getting his ass beat, bro. He was learning as he going. It just made him feel more grounded to me, because every time I see a Batman, this motherfucker, of course, I get he's a martial artist and all these shits. But for him getting his ass beat and learning as he go that, all right, this weapon is good with them. I need this to combat them. I was fucking with it heavy. I ain't gonna lie. I like that shit. And then I like the art direction. I like the colors. I like the, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah. I gotta agree with Robert Pattinson. I did like Ben Affleck for like the fighting scenes. Like he was fucking throwing dudes 20 feet.
Up.
Like he was a great he was great. Like no holds bar, beating your ass. Robert Pattinson is good, like, a little angsty, but I do like the art direction of the overall world. Like I'm really looking forward to that upcoming Penguin series on HBO. Like the focal point is going to be Penguin being this mob boss in Gotham City. That's a fucking perfect premise for a show. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, let's get this wheel going. Oh, damn. Knocked up.
2. I already know it. 2. Say no.
I was really hoping it was going to be King of New York. I fucking love that movie.
Spin that bitch again.
All right, yeah. So next week is Knocked Up by Judd Apatow, starring Seth Rogen and Catherine.
Oh, I remember seeing this. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we get a comedy.
Yeah.
All right.
See, you're doing that shit again where you're like, all right. And then you come back and give it a 4.7.
I'm giving that bitch a 2. I'm giving that bitch a 2 for sure. it's one of them adult films that I fucked with it because I was young, but it was like, it was a corny adult film.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Not adult film, but adult comedy film. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah,
It's not a porno, y'all.
Judd Apatow definitely had that like market cornered because you had that one. You had like Funny People with Adam Sandler. You had like what was that one? Super Bad. Like they're all kind of the same kind of tone,
Esque, yeah.
But yeah, guys, we are good on time. This has been Off the Top with Eric Paris and Red. I'm one of your hosts, Eric, and joining me tonight, as always, were
Boy P
and your boy Red.
All right, guys, we will talk to you all next week. Gang, gang.
Gang in this bitch. I cuss too much. I'm sorry, guys.